And I want to say thank you to our veterans, active duty military, and first responders for serving our great nation. You're listening to Highways and Byways. Hey there, it's Chris. And this week I want to tell you about the Lone Star Flight Museum in Houston and the Ocean Star Offshore Drilling Rig and Museum in Galveston. Okay, Lone Star Flight Museum at Ellington Field in Houston opened in 1990 in Galveston and was founded by a man named Robert Waltrip. It moved to Houston in 2017. I went to it back in 2015. We were still in Galveston. It has a flying collection of rare and historic commercial, general aviation, and military aircraft. And most of them can still fly, by the way. They have talks on aviation and historical events. You can tour a DC-3 and a Howard 250 and fly on a B-25 Starman and others to create a bucket list worthy visit. It's recognized as one of the top flying museums in the United States and is an intriguing and entertaining museum for everyone to visit. Okay, up next, there's also with it the Texas Aviation Hall of Fame. It was established in 1995 by the 74th Texas Legislature and honors famous aviators from Texas, and it currently has 80 members. Its categories include trailblazers and explorers, military aviators, innovators and entrepreneurs and leaders. Some of the inductees are the Tuskegee Airmen, astronaut Bill Anders, astronaut Alan Bean, the founders of Braniff Airlines, the Braniff brothers, President George H.W. Bush, astronaut Gene Cernan, President George W. Bush, who as governor signed the legislation creating the Hall of Fame, Bessie Coleman, the first African-American woman to get a pilot license, astronaut Eileen Collins, the Doolittle Raiders, who bombed Tokyo after Pearl Harbor, Dr. Red Duke, who started the Life Flight service in Houston, astronaut Joe Engle, astronaut Dr. Bernard Harris Jr., the first African-American to walk in space, billionaire Howard Hughes, Chris Kraft, who started mission control of the Johnson Space Center, Ian Krantz, a flight director at NASA for a long time, has got through reading his book, Failure is Not an Option. Former Cowboys coach Tom Landry, who was a B-17 pilot during World War II, astronaut Jim Lovell from Apollo 8 and Apollo 13, Admiral Chester Nimitz from Fredericksburg, aviation pioneer Wally Post, Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry, and was also a World War II pilot and was from El Paso, and astronaut John Young, who commanded the first space shuttle flight on Columbia back in 1981. Okay, coming up, the Ocean Star Museum in Galveston. All right. The Ocean Storm Museum at Galveston Bay. It's in a retired jack-up drilling rig that was in the Gulf of Mexico from 1969 to 1984 and was bought by the OEC in 1995 and opened as a museum in 1997. It's a self-guided tour with videos, information, interactive exhibits, and takes an hour and a half to tour it. It's open every day from 10 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. It costs $10 for adults, $8 for seniors and military, $6 for kids 6 to 18, and kids younger than 6 get in free. They also have on their website the Interview Pioneers podcast, which you can also hear it on Spotify and iHeart. It tells stories of the industry pioneers who built the offshore oil industry in the Gulf of Mexico and around the world. All right, before we go, I want to read a quick little bit from the good book here, from Isaiah 65:24. It shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. All right, be sure to leave a like and a rating. Hit the follow button on whatever platform you listen to. Until then, this is Chris saying, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to Highways and Byways. Highways and Byways is a presentation of Chris Carlisle's podcast, and is produced, hosted, and written by Chris Carlisle. Thank you and have a good time.